Peace, y'all, and welcome back for Real Notes Season 6. I'm excited to be back with more interviews with rappers, producers, journalists, and other rap adjacent folks about movies, music, and everything else. On top of the pod coming back, I've also got the first Real Talk movie night of 2026 coming up in just under 2 weeks on Saturday, February 21st. Our special guest will be North Carolina rapper and Real Notes alum Lord Jamonte Ogbon. We'll be watching the T.I. starring classic ATL, followed by an interview and audience Q&A revolving around his latest album, As of Now, which is out now via Lex Records, who also happen to be sponsoring this event, so peace to them. Vinyl of the album will also be available for purchase a few weeks before it hits the streets in early March, so come through if you're trying to get a copy. Meet us at Loudmouth in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn on the 21st. The doors open at 6 and the movie starts at 7. Tickets are $15 and are available at the Posh link in the episode description or my social media profile or at the door. Free popcorns included, other snacks and drinks are also available for purchase. This iteration of Real Talk will operate on a sliding scale admission. I want this event to be accessible to anyone who wants to participate, so if price is an issue for any reason at all, please message me privately and we'll figure out a price point that works best for you. If you can afford a ticket though, honor system's in effect, so please buy a ticket. Shit like this can't happen without money. Hope to see y'all there. Now let's get back to talking. Peace. My name is Dylan CineMasai Green, and welcome to the Real Notes podcast. I speak with rappers, producers, journalists, and other hip-hop adjacent figures about their relationship with movies, and, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is Chicago rapper-producer Chris Crack. We spoke about the 1993 survival movie Alive, Toy Story, Friday, Collateral, falling in love with R&B and hip-hop, growing up between Chicago and Mississippi, being inspired by stand-up comedy, getting more serious about producing, his outrageous song titles, and the creative process behind several of his albums, particularly Too Late to Start Following the Rules Now. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. It still feels weird to say that because I've been out the loop for a month and a half, so it's gonna take me a while to get back into podcaster mode. But you know, my name's Dylan Green, CineMasai. Got a lot of names, do a lot of shit, outside, inside, all sides. And I'm with somebody who's I'm with somebody who I was just telling him off camera like 10 seconds ago that it's been such a pleasure following his career as long as I've been following it. If I remember correctly, I think I came on around the time of Being Woke Ain't Fun. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like that, and yeah, that had to have been like 2018, something like that. So I don't know, like just the fact that it's been 8 years that I've been tapped in, but he's been going for even longer than that. And he's, I can't even keep track of how many projects he's dropped at this point. I might have even missed the last two before this new one that's out. But we got Uncle Trill in the house. Fucking goddamn Chris Crack is here finally. Yeah, man. I mean, like, bro. Yeah, like just like from an out the blue DM to here 4 or 5 days later. Thank you so much for coming to do this.
Man, I'm always gonna fuck with the homie, man.
Yo, no, man. That really means a lot because, like, once again, just like seeing where you've taken this. This is your second project with Fool's Gold. Congrats on that, by the way. That's super dope. It's too late to start following the rules now. By the time you hear this, it'll be out. I think it'll be out this is gonna drop next week, so it'll be out in a couple days. But like, go listen to it. It's got Madlib and Hubmo all over it. It's got Shauna on it. It's got Michael Rocks on it. It's got Bruiser Wolf on it. Shout out to the alum, the homie Bruiser Wolf. Yeah, man. But yeah, just like thank you for taking the time and just thanks for being silly. Your shit is silly as hell, man. And I love it.
People too serious, man.
Nah, that's too real. But before we get into music stuff, I wanna jump on movies. So I'm gonna ask the first question I ask everybody who comes on here, which is what was the last movie or TV show you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
I don't know. I don't be knowing the names now. Don't crucify me because I don't be knowing the names. But I had got like when I be making beats and shit, I be I love Tubi because it runs through and it'll give you something that related to that. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I got on it, but it was this movie about these soccer, I guess you would call them football players, that they were rugby, from a different country. I think they were from Uruguay, if I'm not mistaken, and they,
Yeah.
like, had got in some plane crashed in the mountains and all this shit. It was crazy, and I kept letting it go because I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then by the time I'm noticing, it's like three-fourths through the movie. The movie was good as fuck. G. I was surprised. Like, damn, it was these students that crashed in the mountains and they were like freezing to death. It was all these avalanches and they survived for I think like 75 days and shit. And they
I
were
know what you're talking about. I know the story is based. I can't
yeah,
remember what the joint's called, but I know
yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was based on a true story. It was like the movie of the story and shit, and that shit was good. I was like, damn. I don't usually watch shit like that just because it's not like sometimes it don't move fast enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was fire. G. I can't remember the name of it, but it was super fire. I was surprised.
That's cool. See, I
Hell
mean,
yeah,
like this obviously isn't the first time Tubi's come up on here, but it's like you'll find some shit on Tubi
you will
at all
find some shit.
of all different qualities too, like high quality stuff, like super like crazy butt quality stuff too,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's all good. Like the first thing, I don't want to get too far off topic, but the first thing I watched this year was it was some Christmas joint on Tubi called The Grinch That Stole Bitches. I'd never heard of it before
Oh,
until I heard somebody else recommend it to me, and it was just like the Grinch was in Atlanta and was like trying to take over a trap house or something. It was just dumb. It was
damn.
stupid. I loved it. It was great. I had a great time
Yeah,
with it.
dawg, them be some of the best joints, man.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, like that's obviously a world away from the thing you're talking about. Once again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know the name of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember hearing about the story for the first time and all that shit. And then on top of that, I think Yellow Jackets, the show, might have been based on that too. So it was like
Okay,
already
okay.
kind of it was already kind of in my head from there. But
Oh,
also just love the idea and the practice of like watching movies and having shit playing like while you're making beats. Like as somebody who just kind of started doing that themselves in the last like 4-ish months. It's I don't know, it's cool. Like do you do that often? Like do you always have shit playing while you're creating or not?
yeah, because it's like I had seen something one time that was like the colors and the way things move and shit like that. It makes your brain do different shit. So ever since I heard that, I was like, I'm doing it, and I noticed a change, so I kept doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You definitely notice a change. Like you just try it out yourself. Make some beats one day and don't have it, and then make some beats another day and have it playing, and you'll be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean just cuz I don't think I never remember. When did you start producing? Have you been producing the whole time or did you pick that up recently too?
Um, Imma tell you because you my man, right? Now, I've been if you look on my old albums, like, I've been producing, like, for a long
Yeah.
time, but I never knew how to do it physically, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just within I took off 2024 really, right? I basically took off the whole year. It was at least like 8, 9 months. And that whole time I was basically just the first 3 months was like me like mentally gathering it. It was like, do I want to really do this? Do I have time for this? And then the next 3 months was like me kind of like being like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fuck around with it. You know what I mean? And then the next 3 months was like me actually doing it. And I'm like, gee, this shit easy. It's easy if you're musically inclined. If you know what things need to sound like, but they not sounding like that, then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but just like people think that just because like, oh, it's easy, like I should go make beats. It's like, yeah, you can go put some sounds together. That don't mean it's gonna be dope. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Especially not at first, bro. Especially not
especially
at
not at
first.
first.
um
Nah, but yeah, nah, it's fun, man. It's fun. But I've been producing probably since I've been rapping, probably. Just wasn't doing it physically.
Right. So how were you doing it at first, and what's your setup and your process like now?
At first, I was just bringing ideas to Cutter. He would do them, boom, 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 boom.
Word.
Then, I got into probably in like 2016, 17, 18-ish. I was doing beats on, what you call that was on virtual DJ.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Virtual
yeah.
DJ, man. Saved a lot of
I was just
lives.
looping shit. Just looping shit, and then went back for, the remaining time from, like, then to 24. I would just go back to Cutter, but I would be a lot more, um, like, involved in it. I'd be more like, instead of just being like, "Yo, I need this chopped up," it would be more so like, "Yo, put this part here and do this, and I want the drums over here to," you know what I mean? And then it was like, and then, it was a combination of Nether Friends, Surfboard C, and Cutter all being like, "Yo, you should just make your own beats. Like, you're so annoying with, oh, I want this to be like that and this and that."
Yeah.
They were like, "Make your own shit." You know what I mean? So I started making my own shit. And I like it way better because I can do it at my own pace. I can I could listen to a loop, like on some yay shit. I listen to a 2-bar loop for like 2 hours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just getting ideas, and it's like, you can't do that with somebody else. They like, "Yo, what we doing? What we doing?" So,
Right.
it's definitely way more. I just get way more out of it doing it myself.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, what's your process like now? Because you mentioned physically using a machine. You just
Yeah.
doing it in like FL or whatever. Like, what's the deal?
I use Ableton, and
Hmm.
I use either MPC or MPD or MPK. You know what I'm saying? I like Akai like a lot. I don't really like the machine too much. Um, I tried to get into the Teenage Instruments. Um, I don't know what you would call it, but like kind of like the MPC. It's just really nothing like that Akai shit, G. Like they got it down.
Yeah.
They the originators of that shit. So, I'm fucking with them. Akai,
Yeah.
shout out to Akai.
Yeah, I feel it. I don't have anything Akai at this point. I'm working off of SP404, the Roland,
Oh, well,
but
yeah,
I've heard.
well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. I left that out, but yeah, no, for sure,
Of
for
course,
sure.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nah. Nah, yeah, either way, like I just love I don't know. There's really something different about like working with a machine and just having the pads and like physically chopping something up. Like obviously there's benefits and drawbacks to doing things fully on the machine or fully on the computer. Like it's all
Yeah,
machines at the end of the day type
yeah,
shit. But like I don't know. Like it's just like as somebody who's always come to you primarily as a rapper, but I know you dig, and I know that you take a very I know you've always taken that very seriously and have kind of played that kind of like producer, like that backseat producer role just
yeah,
generally, like
yeah,
just to hear you really flesh it out on your own and like taking that leap for real is it's a leap, but
yeah.
like
So
what
it's a
you
leap.
want. Like you're the only person who's in your head and you know exactly how you want the shit to work. And it's just like, why not do it? Especially if your mans are telling you like, cool, like do your
Yeah.
thing. Like you know what you want. Like
Yeah, no, they would like really get mad at me. Like, "Yo, just make your own shit, bro." Like,
right.
you got me doing all this extra shit, and then it come to the end, it's like, "Yeah, I don't really like that." They like, "Bro, I'm not finna be doing this, bro. Like, you gotta make your own shit, bro." And I was like, "Damn, I kinda do gotta make my own shit." So, yeah, I was pushed into it, man, but I appreciate this shit, man, so much, bro. I was just making
Yeah.
some beats right now. I was washing the dishes and making some beats. I'm like, "Oh
Let's
shit, I gotta
go.
hop on with my nigga, man. My bad again." You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
you're all good, son.
but yeah, no, no, no. It's dope, man. And I like it. One of the reasons why I didn't want to do it at first was because it's like, well, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing type shit. And my homie was like, "Nah, man, they can't do what you do how you do it." And that's initially what made me be like, "You know what? Fuck it, Imma do this shit."
Right. That's fire. I wanna put a pin in that, but or I wanna put a pin in it, come back to it, but I wanna talk more about some movie shit. I wanna go back like
For
way, 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 way
sure.
back to
That's
your
my
to
shit.
like your beginnings. So I mean what's the first movie experience you can remember having, Chris? It could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, just like the first thing that comes to mind for you.
If you talking about a theater, it was seeing Toy Story in the theater when it first
Mhm.
came out. And if you talking about just like at the crib, it was Friday. Friday was my brother had the bootleg tape and he brought it home and like it fucked the VCR up. And I remember, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and my mom got on his ass and was like, "Man, what the fuck?" So that movie has always been like a I don't know what you would call it, but it's always been like a thing in my life that like it's so good, but then it's like I remember such negativity from it because she was like, "You fucked the VCR up and they," you know what I mean? So yeah, 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 hell yeah, hell
Wow.
yeah.
So I mean, did you ever get to watch it that first time? Like what like when
Yeah,
the
yeah.
VCR got fucked up?
Yeah, to my knowledge, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I
Wow.
had seen a little part of it or something. He was watching it, and I had seen a little part of it, and then like the next day, she was like screaming at him. He fucked the VCR up. But then, if I'm not mistaken, like the real movie came out, and then we had the real, and I seen it 100 times then. But
Right, yeah.
but yeah, that was my first experience with like just remembering like some shit. Just like my first move remembering something about my brother used to try to scare me and my sister and he would always play Freddy Krueger movies. And I'd be scared, but my sister would just be there like just like, yeah, this ain't scary to me at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, hell yeah. I love movies, man. That's my shit, man. That's one thing with I saw somebody tweet this one day and it was like one of them moments like, damn, they said that rappers don't watch movies no more. And I was
Man,
like,
I'm
what?
saying,
Like,
bro.
man. It makes a huge difference in your craft, G. It makes a
Yeah,
huge, huge difference. I don't quite know why. I kind of get the idea of why, but I don't quite know. Maybe it's just the art on art thing. I don't know, but you can tell when people watch when artists who make music, you could tell if they watch movies or not or read books.
right. Because I mean, like both those things, they fuel your imagination. They just like give your brain the stretch to be able to like, I don't know. I mean, like that's the reason this podcast exists because like to me, those two things have always been in conversation. Like not even just on a personal level, but just
Mhm.
like music inspires film, film inspires music. Like it's all in conversation with each other at any given time. And
Yeah,
I mean, like that could be like watching Friday at the crib. That could be like you go out with somebody and see some shit from like 1953 that you'd never heard of, and then it just like becomes your favorite movie you've ever seen, and
yeah,
it just opens new pathways in your brain to help you see and hear things different. You just never know where it's gonna come from, but just like
yeah,
I don't know, like those two things have always been kind of those two things have always been like comfort spaces for me. And I can also definitely tell just based on like niggas' ambitions and shit that like this is it's like that's somebody who really cares about like putting an experience together,
yeah,
if that
yeah,
makes sense, you know?
yeah. Fuck yeah, hell yeah, hell
And
yeah.
like and like I was gonna save this for later, but I guess I'll say it now. Like one of the things I've always loved about listening to your albums is like every single one of them feels like a sequel in a movie series or like a
Mhm.
season of TV. It's
Yeah,
just like, oh yeah, time to tune into the Chris Crack show. Like that's
yeah,
always how it's felt to me, and I
yeah. I
love that
mean, I
about it.
mean, that's like literally why like I kind of started doing this. Because I had shit to say and I had shit to like put people on and I had shit to like tell motherfuckers like, and it's just like I don't know how to do it other than music, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
Yeah.
like why I started. That's kind of like why my albums are like, different sitcoms or different commercials even, or different um movies or whatever. Cause yeah, that's man, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, man. And like and I mean like on that tip of just being just like pulling that inspiration and just like having your imagination get flexed like that. I like to think of this next one as a capital M movie. Like as you get older, did you like can you remember the first thing you saw that really kind of spoke to you or connected with you in like an emotional, artistic or spiritual way? Just like that transcended just being like, "Oh yeah, this was tight. Like I liked watching this for 90 minutes."
You just mean any movie?
Any movie, yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. It would be a lot of them bitches, man. Maybe like I don't know why, but this is the first one came to mind, so I'm gonna say it. Collateral.
Hey, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. I don't know why I just thought of that, but it was that was one of the first movies that I kind of like sat down for. You know, you get the plot, you pick up my thing is you gotta pick up on the context clues and shit that like tells you future things or tells you future stuff about what's gonna be in the sequel or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's like my thing. But yeah, I don't know why it was Collateral, but yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Man, I can't remember the first time I saw Collateral, but I remember when it came out, the posters were everywhere.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx got his that was the year Jamie Foxx got nominated for Best Actor for Ray and then Supporting Actor for Collateral, which like
Oh, okay.
never happens. You know,
Yeah.
he was dumping on fools that year.
Yeah,
But
he was
like
killing. He
but
was killing.
yeah. And yeah, no, Ray's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen that movie 80 million times. But
Yeah, for sure.
Collateral but man, yeah, Collateral. That's Michael Mann. It's Tom Cruise and the two of
Yep.
them in the cab. Movie's great. Honestly, it's a classic. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
people don't talk about that one enough, and I
They
haven't seen it in some years. So
they ain't gonna talk about it for like another 10 years, and then they gonna be like, "Yo, that was a classic," and it's like,
yeah,
you know how that shit go, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, all the time. Before we move on, you could do any others come to mind for you?
Yeah, motherfucking, damn, I just lost it. It was an earlier one. I don't know. I ain't gonna try to think of it because I'm gonna take all day. But
Cool.
another one would be, a movie. Yeah, I got one. I don't. Once again, I don't be knowing names because I be doing so much and I be having to remember so much other shit that I don't remember names. I don't remember people's names a lot of times too. So if you seeing this and I ain't remember your name, just know it's all love. But that is this movie that LL Cool J did back in the 90s.
hmm
Um, and I didn't see it until I was grown, and I was like, "Yo, why didn't motherfuckers put me on?" Um, I forgot the name of it, but like he was this I think he was trying to be a DJ, if I'm not mistaken, and he was like going through
hmm
the underworld of like New York and shit like this, and he met a girl that was like the top nigga's girlfriend, and she liked him, and it's a really good ass movie. I cannot think of the fucking name right now.
It's called Out of Sync. It's
Hey,
called Out of
oh
Sync.
my mama, yes, yes. That movie, yo, that movie. Well, why was I thinking like Out of Time or so? I wasn't gonna never think of the name, but yeah, no. That was such a good movie, and it was one of them movies like why is this even good? But it's really good. G, that movie was dope as fuck. Had the acting was on point, the events, that took place, they weren't, like, super exaggerated, like, you know how movies gotta
hmm
exaggerate shit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and LL, he did a great job, like, I was surprised, like, "Okay, Todd, okay."
Yo, cause it's crazy because that was his first movie ever too. He did
For
that
real?
before he was in like yeah, no, like, yeah, he did that before he did like Deep Blue Sea. Cause
Mm,
I think Deep Blue Sea might have been like a year or two, or maybe like, or I can't remember when Deep Blue Sea, it was definitely the 90s, but I can't remember
yeah,
when in the 90s it dropped. But like, it was before that, it was before like Deliver Us from Eva and before
mm,
he made the leap over to NCIS and just became, like the LL we all know today as
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Actor Man, Grammy Man type shit. But yeah, so I mean, once again, been a minute since I've seen Out of Sync, but
Yeah,
that's a nice little deep cut, especially for being like that was LL's first big movie, or it was his first movie. Period. Forget
yeah.
big movie. That was his first movie ever. So yeah,
I don't remember where I saw that shit at. I want to say that was like the DVR days or some shit like that. I don't remember, but I just remember I
wow.
didn't see it. Like I didn't see it in the 90s. I saw it like when I was already outside and shit.
Right, I figured. Yeah.
It was like, man, like yeah, no, that was a great movie, G. That was a great movie.
Yeah, no, it's definitely time for me to re up on that. I'm gonna have to throw it on my watch list later. I want to do the same with music real quick before we as we move on here. So I mean, like for you, when did music become capital M music for you? Like not even in terms of you wanting to make it, but just being fascinated by music. Because I know you started out as an R&B dude,
Yeah,
and you kind of moved your way to rap from there. But like
yeah.
when did you first find yourself fucking with music?
Um, my brother had gave me a Jodeci tape. Um,
Hey.
for one of my birthdays. And before that, I wasn't like, as a shorty, you're not really into music until you get into music. So
Right.
he had gave me a Jodeci tape and I was like, man, this is cool. Like, what am I gonna do with this? I didn't even have a tape player at the time because I wasn't into music, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I remember getting into that G, and to this day, Jodeci my favorite group of all time. For sure. Like, yeah, for sure. Um,
You remember what Jodeci tape it was?
it was Stay.
Hey, yeah, good one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Forever My Lady, fucking Fiendin', you know what I'm saying? All of that shit, yeah. Um Another um time in music was getting put on fucking I don't even remember, man. I'm thinking too hard and it's leaving me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, like that was like one of my first encounters with music. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You know what else was a super staple in music for me was um Fuck You by the Locks.
Hey,
That
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
that was gee, we freestyled over that beat probably more than any people in the world collectively. Like we've used to freestyle over that beat for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Like and then stop for 15 minutes and go right back to that motherfucker freestyling, just getting high, just freestyling just to fuck you. And Jada is my favorite all-time artist that never spit a whack verse.
Mm,
Jada
say that
Jada has been on some whack beats. He's done some whack songs, but
for
he has
sure. Yeah,
never, not once, not even one time, like even a watered down Jada verse was like what? Like Jada has never spit a whack verse ever.
yeah.
I think he's the only artist that you could say that about though.
He's one of them. Like
Hmm.
like funny enough, I was just thinking about Styles P yesterday, and I feel like Styles P is kind of like I mean, like to me, I've never heard a whack Styles P verse.
Yeah, but
Like,
I've heard some
but
Styles P verses that wasn't all that though. You know what I mean? And
okay,
no
yeah,
disrespect, no disrespect for
of
sure.
course, yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. I
But
feel
I've
it.
I've
Like,
never heard a Jada verse that was even the ones you could tell he was just bullshitting on. Like it's
yeah.
like that shit's still cold as fuck.
Right, bro. Yeah, nah, it's some people you can just tell they're born to rap. That nigga
Yeah,
was born to rap. Like,
hell yeah,
like I
hell
remember
yeah.
like I mean like super duper basic. Like the first time I remember like hearing Jada and recognizing him as Jada was why like when Kiss of Death came out and like
Oh
the
yeah,
video was everywhere. Like that
yeah,
song that song is so special to me to this day. And then that inspired me to go all the way back to everything else and We Gonna
yeah,
Make It, Fuck You, all the old lock stuff. Like this was yeah, like that had to have been in like what, like 2004 2000. It was like around the time of 9/11 because he references 9/11 in the song. But yeah, like
Yeah, yeah,
Jada's just to this day, like if a song has a Jada verse on it, like I'm gonna listen. Like I remember the
for
first time I
sure.
got into Currency was fucking Jada had a verse on Covert Coup 3, or not Covert Coup, Pilot Talk 3, Pot
Mm,
Jar. That's the song. That
yeah.
song with him and Spitta was like, that was the first time I'd heard Currency, and I was like, who's this? So Jada Kiss is part of the reason why I know who Currency is. Like, it's
Oh,
all he. I could probably draw a web to every section of my rap fandom, and Jadakiss is gonna be in. He's gonna be in there. He's 1 degree of separation from everybody. So shout out to
yeah,
Jada
yeah,
always. You know.
yeah. Shout out Jada, man. Man, Currency, man. I know Currency from Hot Spitter, man. Like, let me
Yeah, bro.
chill, let me chill. Hell nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, and he's another one. Like to be on, I mean, he's like he raps different, and I feel like people kind of take Currency for granted because he's known to drop as much as he does. But like
Yeah,
even still, like I go to his new shit, and I'm like, this is cool. Like he really kind of he mastered exactly what he wanted to do. He was of course a part of Young Money. Him and Wayne are still cool, but like he was like, I'm cool off of that. I'm gonna go do my own thing. He built a fucking empire. He's chilling, you know, like everybody loves him. He can tour whenever he wants. He just pops up and just kind of lives his life, raps how he wants
yeah,
to rap over what he
yeah,
wants to like. To me, like from the time I discovered him, he was somebody that I was like, he figured it out. You know, like there's
yeah,
like certain people you can just be like, he got it. You know, like whatever anybody says about Spitta, he got it. Like whatever
yeah.
anybody says about Jada, he got it, you
He
know?
got it.
So
Yeah.
like um and I mean like yeah, like since you started out as an R&B guy and kind of moved a little bit to rap like as you got a bit older, and I know you were also spending time between Chicago and Mississippi with your family.
Mhm.
I'm like I'm actually kind of curious about that. Like how did how did moving between Chicago and Mississippi kind of affect the way you not even just like the stuff you're listening to? Like, did you pick up on shit down there that you would bring back up north with you? Like, talk to me about that a bit.
Man, I would do both. I would take Chicago shit down there, put them on
Right.
Twister, Psychodrama, put them on the Snipers, put them on Do or Die, all that shit. And then I would take from down there and I would bring that shit back up here and put my homies on. And they would
Word.
be like, yo, this like motherfuckers didn't back before the internet, motherfuckers didn't know what other people were doing in their regions until they dropped the album on the mainstream. So like
Right.
motherfuckers didn't know Atlanta was doing that. Motherfuckers didn't know Texas was doing that. California was doing that. You know, until the person dropped, and then you kind of still didn't hear the shit because it was only popping in their region. So
Right.
I was that nigga who was taking shit from different regions, putting niggas in different regions on, even taking like West Coast shit, putting niggas in on the East Coast on, putting East Coast niggas on the South shit, putting South niggas on the Chicago shit. You know, I was always like a music curator, like before the playlist. You know what I'm saying? I was putting together playlists. When Burning CDs came out, like I was the first nigga, you know, like burning random. I can't say the first, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
burning
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
shit and just giving it to niggas like, here, there's some shit you ain't up on, and motherfucker like, what? Like what the fuck? What I want your random CD for? And then they'll see me again or they'll hit me up like, yo, that shit was cold as fuck. Like, yeah, I'm putting niggas in the game. Like, I've always been trying to spread the hot shit around. You know what I mean? Always
Yeah.
like. But nowadays you don't need a motherfucker like that because you just type in hot shit, you know, you get everything.
Yeah.
Um, but
Go
you
to
still don't get the
hotshit.com.
underground pimping, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Like there's always a need for that type of thing to me. Like I remember I interviewed A-Track years ago back when he was
Uh,
still doing the DJ competitions.
yeah,
I forget what it was. I forget what it was called now. And one of the things he told me that stuck with me for years is just like people will always love and value like a trusted selector, you know? Like we can
yeah,
have playlists and algorithmic this and that, but like there's always gonna be something about somebody who can take like 20 songs and be like, this is the not even like this is the hot shit. Like this is what I'm fucking with. Take
Yeah,
this. Like there's like that. Like I mean, like me and my lady, we've been together for 12 years. Like I used to make my lady mixtapes, you know, and like,
yeah,
it would be mixtapes, and I would burn whole albums. You know, we would be bumping like all the new shit, and then I would burn a tape of like 10 songs. I'm like, this is
yeah,
what I'm listening to right now. And like music was and still is is like a love language for me in that way.
for
Like
sure, for
that,
sure.
and like I'm not the only one. I know you're not the only one. Like that
Yeah,
shit matters to people. So, like
hell
that's
yeah. Music
yeah.
matters. Music matters a lot more than a lot more shit, man. It matters.
Yeah.
It might be the most important thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Information might
Yeah.
be the most important thing, but music's
Yeah.
definitely top three though, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz like to be honest, even if people don't like every kind of music, I've never met a single person ever in my life. Like I put money on this shit who'd be like, I don't like music. I don't
Yeah,
listen to
yeah,
music. Like, what the fuck? You don't listen to music? Like,
yeah.
not one song. Like, it's just like it's music. I don't know. I can't imagine. I can obviously imagine people not being obsessed with it to the point that like maybe you or me are, but like not liking music. You don't like to listen. You don't enjoy listening to music like that. I literally can't. It doesn't compute. I can't
Nah.
comprehend that.
Yeah, it's
So
like how
like,
you don't like nothing? Like it's
yeah.
like that you gotta watch that person then. If
That's
they
kind of nutty, yeah. Motherfuckers gotta chill, bro. But I mean, so like at this point, you're into music, you're rapping at this point, like y'all are freestyling the fucking locks instrumentals. When did you know that music was gonna become more than just a hobby for you and you were gonna actually like make it?
um well, I wanted to be a comedian.
I can
That's
tell.
why that's why I always be joking around and shit. Um, and like there wasn't you couldn't get on like easily with that. It wasn't like you had to know somebody or you had to it just like anything, it wasn't easy to do. Like even music at first, it wasn't you couldn't go to the studio. Studio time was like
Right.
$500 an hour type shit. You know what I mean?
Word.
Um, so it was like I couldn't break my way into comedy like I wanted to, and I didn't know anybody who did comedy. Like I didn't know anybody who did comedy. So it was like I'm gonna have to do it a different way.
My fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the Real Notes Patreon one time. For as little as $5 a month, you get exclusive goodies like video of every interview, 2-day early access to every interview, an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, exclusive access to the Real Talk Movie Night archive, and early pre-sale links for all live events. If you want to give a little more, you get other exclusives like retro 60-second movie reviews and monthly 90-minute workshops with me, where we can discuss whatever creative questions or projects you might have going on. Head over to patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES to join right now. I repeat, all videos will only be available on the Patreon. Thanks for listening. Shout out to my patrons. Now let's get back to talking.
So I was like, "Yo, I could do music." I'm already, we do music every day. We just not recording it. So it's like I could take comedy and put it inside the music, and it was like, boom, that's
Mm-hmm.
how I'ma fuck with it. My first song was a diss to this dude. I ain't gonna say his name because we cool now. And he always gives me props about it. He's like, man, that song, boosted you up and it's why you're doing what you're doing. So I ain't gonna say his name, no disrespect to him. But that was my first song was a diss and had the whole hood like, yo, keep going, keep doing that shit. And I kept doing it. And then it stretched from just the hood to the cities and to the city to other cities. And you know what I'm saying? Even now it's like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers fuck with me, like outside the country type shit. So,
Right.
soon it'll be the world. Nah. but yeah, no, music, man, it just came to me like I didn't ask to do music. It kind of just came to me and I kind of just held on to it. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
I never like, doing music, especially, like, in my family, it ain't nobody that do music or anything like that. So it was just like it was kind of far fetched for me to do music. But shit, you know what I mean? It you know, it worked out how it worked out.
Right. Yeah. Nah. You're here now, and like
Hell
like
yeah.
even like coming from like the Trill Bellamy and '95 Mustangs with gold Dayton's days and
My
shit. Yeah.
man,
Just like come on, son. Like like that.
man, man, you got me like, damn, I done forgot about that shit. Shit. Yeah, man. Them was some times, G. I look at those times as like practice. That was the practice for what it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like even around then, just like I mean, like you have a real like every time I've tapped into an album, like there's something about the timbre of your voice that just like it just hits me the second you start talking. Cause like there are some times where it's kind of hard to tell if like do you dub your vocals? Because it sounds like you dub your vocals all the time, or like you kind of have this like it sounds like you got two voices coming out of your throat at once. It's the weirdest shit. I've never been
Yeah.
able to put that together.
Well,
Like
it's like that's like it's kind of like both my personalities. You know what I'm saying? At the same
uh-huh.
time, I got the serious one, and then I got the one that's like joking, like it's like don't be too serious.
Right. Which which do you feel more comfortable embodying?
The not so serious one because like people get intimidated by me when I'm too serious or like when I'm too stern. You know what I'm saying? That people are like, oh, and it's just like, well, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. I'm just being real. I'm just being. So people are kind of like intimidated by it, or even maybe not even intimidated. They don't like it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
when I come with the more relaxed, chill, cool, you know what I'm saying? They could fuck with me and they'll hear what I'm saying like that too. You know what I mean? Cause
Yep.
if I'm coming on some and that's just what having a kid too. It's like if you come at them
Right.
on some like clean up your fucking room, they're like, damn. But if you like, hey, can you go up in there? Go on and clean up. Gee, I done told you this already. Then they're like more inclined to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No, like nobody ever wants to feel like they're being yelled at or lectured to, or like
Yeah,
you want to like not even that you need to be everybody's friend, but like like you catch more flies with honey than vinegar usually.
exact,
Like
exact.
sometimes you'll be catching people with vinegar, but it you only bust out the vinegar when you gotta. Um, and then like even just get into that, like moving from that to establishing this prolific run you went on from like I mean, like you're still on it, but like I feel like it started around 2018. Like
Hmm.
that was the time when you just started dropping crazy amounts of projects, like sometimes upwards of like 3 to 6 a year.
Yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
where did that come from? Like what inspired you to put out that much music?
Um, I broke up with the person that was holding me back from doing that
There you
shit.
go.
You know what
There
I
you go.
mean? Yeah, she was like, I didn't realize it until I was out of that shit, but it was like she was low key hating on me too, like low key, like just being I don't know what you would call this, but like a person that's acting like they're supporting you, but really they're dragging you down. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Um, and then when I was free, it was like, yo, I literally told myself, I remember I was standing on my back porch and I was like, yo, I can do whatever I want to do. And I was like, I'm gonna drop 6 albums this year. And I just did that shit just to show myself like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
right.
But she would have been like, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't. I don't know. You think that's gonna work? You think it's gonna? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?" So it was like, nah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And then look, it made me who I am. It's like that's what people know me for. That's what people be like, yo, I started fucking with you because you started going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah, man. Like, and yeah, like, and like the album, and yeah, like I said at the top, the album that I really the album I first heard that was like, oh, this is somebody I need to be tapped in with full time was Being Woke Ain't Fun, which
Yeah.
once again came out in 2018. Like it's got the image of you from the back with the pink do rag on, which you used to rock like all the time.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh yeah.
but like just like walk me through the recording process for Being Woke Ain't Fun, and just like where that title came from, and like what, and just kind of like looking back on that now about like 8 years later.
Man, there's a lot of drugs, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Lot of bitches, you know what I mean? Lot of toxicity for sure, you know what I mean? And I'm not like mad about it. I'm just, saying there's a lot of toxicity, lot of just a lot of negativity that was surrounding me at that time, you know what I mean? Which helped fuel the fire, which I'm not, once again, not mad about at all. Um
Right.
it was a lot of, like, I had a lot of ops at that time, you know what I mean? And, like, the title, it came from, it's just like when you know a lot of shit, it's not fun. You know what I'm saying? You can't enjoy life and shit. You can't enjoy
Yeah.
things you used to enjoy without, being like without over analyzing it and thinking like, yo, this is not it's not fun at this club. It's not
Yeah.
fun fucking these 6 girls at the same time, and they're all on my line. "Who the fuck was you with?" And da-da. You know what I mean? It's not fun, doing drugs every day. Well, it kinda was. It kinda let me stop capping. Let me stop capping. You feel me? But, if
Uh,
it's any shorties watching this, don't do drugs. But, it's just like it was just a lot of shit that I think any artist could relate to. It's just it's just a time that you went through, and you documented it, and it's over now. You know what I'm saying? Not
right.
saying like people, my nephew one time was like, he was like, "You ain't lit like you used to be, huh?" And I was like, "Why? Cause I don't do drugs and cause I ain't got hella hoes around?" And he kind of was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? So I'm
That's
like, I'm like, I'm like, "Nigga, I don't wanna do all them drugs all the time, and I don't wanna have, toxicity around. Just having fucking hella bitches, it just brings toxicity." So it's like, okay, well, if I'm not popping because of that, then hey, I'm cool with that.
Hey man, priorities change when you get older, and like
Hell yeah.
peace is like, and like peace can come in any form,
Hell
like, but like
yeah.
wherever it comes from, just like whatever is pulling you toward that is is good, like you
It's
should,
good.
like yeah, yeah, and you're like that's something that a lot of people won't understand until they get a little older, but like,
Yeah.
like it's like the older you get, like if you're on the right track, you typically want things to get, or like if not quieter, you just want to be peaceful, like
Yeah.
it's like it's literally exhausting and tiring being around whatever sort of negativity you're around at all times,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you might have
It
been at
hurts.
all times. Like, yeah, bro, it
Yeah.
hurts.
It
Like
hurts,
straight
bro.
up. Like that shit will really kill you from the, like
Yeah.
they stress is the number one killer, and like they're not lying. Like people will drop dead from stress, you
Yeah.
know?
For sure.
So
For
like,
sure.
and like, and just like that, even that perspective, I can see it I can see it manifesting in different ways on every project of yours I've heard. The one where it really, really crystallized for me might have been Growthfully Developed, which I think is the one I reviewed for Pitchfork. I want to say like a
Yeah.
couple of years ago, whenever it dropped, and like. I just listened back to it, and once again, like one of the things I've always loved about you as a writer is like everything everything in your music just feels like vignettes. It's like they're not necessarily like non sequiturs, but it's just you. You have all these ideas and thoughts and stories, and you braid all these ideas, thoughts, and stories together in ways that aren't connected but feel connected. And like listening to Growthfully Developed, I was like, this is like that, like to this day that one still feels really special to me. I go back to it a lot, like at the gym and just like walking around in life and shit. Yeah, like I don't know why that one connected with me the way it did, but I was just like, this is like being woke ain't fun brought me in the door, and then growthfully developed was when I was like I was already listening, but it was like this is cool as hell, you know? Like I'm just like
Yeah.
happy to see this cycling,
Hell,
you know?
hell yeah, man. Yeah, that one, I just really had locked in, man. Like I had just like, I don't know, man. I just really locked in to myself. I remember I had done like, I think 50 songs for that album. And
Mm,
and my homie, and one of my biggest problems was I couldn't decide what to go on there. So my
mm.
homie, Trey, he's one of the executive producers. He was like, "Yo, let me help you pick the songs out and shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't never really had nobody do that before." He was like, "Yeah, let me help you." You know what I mean? So he had a big part of that too, because I had way too many songs. I ain't know what the fuck to do with that shit.
And yeah, I mean, like you cut it down to what, like 18, which is still like
Yeah,
18 songs is that's a decent amount of songs, but
yeah,
like you know, like cutting it down from 50 is you know,
it's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
man,
it was crazy, it was crazy. I had to, had to shake and move, man. But
yeah.
I had done all those songs because I was in this zone at that time. It was just like I was in a good space. I was getting some bread. I was, just everything was just synced up all at the same time. So it was like, yeah, let's get it, man. I ain't, man,
Nice. Yeah, yeah, nah. Like, for anybody who's watching, listening, wherever, I'll link to my review. I think it's a good one. I really enjoyed listening to that project and writing about it. Um, and then I want to move on to the Fool's Gold shit, but there's two other just like moments and songs I want to touch on. The
For sure.
first, the first is the first was on I'm looking at it right now. Right. So it's on Battery Operated Simps, like right at the end where you right at the end of Goofy's Need Guidance. We were talking about like movies and stand-up comedy before. I love the fact that you sampled a little bit from Buddy Love from Nutty Professor at the very end of
Yeah.
that song. It's like, oh, you're going
Yeah.
too far with the comedy, man. Like, it's
Yeah.
just yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
like perfect marriage of art to form right there. It makes me giggle every time I hear it, you know?
Yeah, that was another movie that really like shaped my artistry. Just Eddie Murphy, period. You know what I mean? He's a
Mhm.
genius when it comes to the art. And Eddie did everything, man. He made music, he did
Yep.
movies, he man had commercials. The man has done every fucking he's Master P is like Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Master P
Yeah.
done every fucking thing you could do, G. You know what I mean? Real ghetto superstars is what I call them. You know what I'm saying?
Word. A
Um,
thousand percent, bro.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I can't yeah, I think the only thing Eddie Murphy didn't do that Master P also did was play basketball.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna
I
say
think
he
that's basically
hooped.
it.
Yeah, right. And for all we know, he was hooping. You know what I'm saying? He just probably wasn't good at it. So he ain't say
Hey,
nothing
man,
about it.
yeah, no, they can't all be Prince, you know?
Right.
They can't all be Prince. And
Prince
then
was a beast.
yeah, bro. Like I've seen like I can't remember where I saw it, but I've seen footage of him play basketball. Like they weren't fucking around. Like
Yeah,
he knew how to handle a ball, and a lot
yeah.
of people don't know how to handle a ball. So you gotta give him credit for that, you know.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And then the other thing was the flip you did on Don't Kiss Your Mom on Dad's Birthday from Time Travelers Keep Trying to Kill Me. I
Yeah.
love Drew Hill, so like the Drew Hill flip was very appreciated. I
That
love that
was
song.
that was in the batch of one of my first beats. That was
Really?
I made that beat in like 2023. And that's when I had like first started like dabbling, but I still didn't know how to use an MPC. I was just looping shit up on Ableton.
Mm,
I had no clue what I was doing. The only thing I knew was how to open it up, how to put in the beat. No, I didn't even know how to do the BPM shit yet. I just knew how to put it in there, and then just to, you'd be real trying to get the loop to do what it do, and then boom, because I wasn't even having it on a BPM, so I'm doing it like super hard way. You know
Right.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, that was one of my first beats.
Wow. That's I love, like, I didn't even realize, because I don't even think it's like noted on anywhere like who produced it. I love that beat, and I love what you did with it. So I'm happy to hear it was you, because that one's
My
dope.
man, my man. Yeah, that album,
Yeah.
Time Travelers, I produced 13 of the 16 songs.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. That's my first album I ever almost solely produced, and I would have left it all me, but I had a couple songs laying around, like those 3 ones that I was like, I'm all about timing, and I'm all about
Word.
like putting shit out when it's time, cuz if you don't, for me, it loses it. Like I got over 700 songs that I just probably won't ever release, you know what I mean? Just because the time passed from it.
Uh.
Um, a song that I did that with was Hoes at Trader Joe's. Like the
Hey.
the
Yeah.
management was like, "Oh, it's not the time for this song right now. I don't think we should put it out." And I was like, something in me was like, "Nah, nah. If we don't put it out now, it won't hit later." And now it's my biggest song. You know what I'm
Son.
saying? So, it's like my next couple albums though will probably be produced by me, but I still have people that send me beats all the time. So it's like I still be doing they songs. So it's like I'ma
Yeah.
obviously sneak a couple in. It's gonna be like flip-flop, like how I used to sneak a couple of my own beats in, but it'd be all other. Now I'm gonna do the opposite. It's gonna be mostly my production with sneak in a couple, you know what I'm saying? I still got my homies, man, like Artwork
Yeah, of
Kennedy.
course.
You know what I'm saying? He just sent me some shit. That's why I said his name. But
Shout out.
mm, I got too many niggas to name, man. I can't name
Of
everybody, man.
course.
Don't be mad at me
Nah.
for not naming you. But just know I'm gonna put your song on my album. So there we go. We even.
Word.
You feel
Shout
me?
out.
Shout
Fucking yeah,
out.
and yeah, another one that comes to mind, my homie and alum of the pod, Sudoku, produced on your last one, Why You Horny at the Repast.
Yeah.
Love that
Sudoku,
fucking
man,
song.
he cool as hell. I fuck with
He's
him, and
crazy,
his
man.
beats
Love him.
his beats wavy, G. Tell him send me some shit when he can, man. I fuck with him.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, no, I got you. I had him. He's got a whole other project coming out soon. I think he just announced it yesterday or whatever.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
he's amazing. Like he's somebody that, like, I follow him on IG, and he'll put up like a carousel of like 10 joints, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, I hear him, and I'm like, damn, I need to go make some beats. Like
yeah,
every time, it puts me in the zone. Yeah, so just yeah, no. Shout out to Sudoku.
yeah, man.
He's
He go
amazing.
crazy, G. He go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, big time. So I mean, like, you just talking about like timing feels like an important it feels like the perfect time to get to the fool's gold shit. So
Yeah.
obviously you're dumping on your own, you're putting shit out. Eventually, fool's gold takes notice, might delete later happens. Talk to me about being approached by fool's gold, deciding to work with them, the difference between operating how you were on your own versus going with them, and just like that whole first experience.
Well, first of all, A-Track is a wizard, bro.
Yeah,
You
he is.
feel
Shout out to
me?
A-Track.
I don't even to this day, I don't know how he got my number or nothing, but he called me straight up and was like,
He's
yo,
tapped in, bro.
yeah. He was like, yo, I fuck with you. I want to do an album with you. And I was like, what? I'm still on the phone. Like, is this A-Track? This who I think it is? You feel me? He passed that by now. He like, man, yeah. So what we gonna do is, and I'm still like, what is this A-Track on the
Yeah.
but nah, man, he what I like about doing albums with them is they bring out, I don't know if it's bring out, but they like to curate my shit in a certain bubble. And it's like I know I'm not explaining that too well, but it's like they like to take cause like the first time I gave A-Track, we had given them like a pack of like 30 songs type shit. And they picked like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? And then I gave them another pack of like 20. They picked like 1. I gave them another pack of like that's how the whole album came about.
Wow.
And it's crazy because all the albums that came out around before or after, well, not before, but around or after were all songs that they had either heard or rejected or been like, nah, because it was mostly because they couldn't clear the samples. So
Right.
or
Makes sense.
didn't wanna clear the samples. Um, so like if you listen to any albums that came out, especially like Sheep Hate Goats, that was a
Yep.
lot of songs that they just couldn't do none with. They kinda were staying away from samples, period. Like, they didn't even wanna hear it if it had a sample because, they were like, "Man, we gon' like it too much." You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
So they was like, "Man," they was like, we fucking with these joints you got, but we ain't finna be we're not gonna spend $100,000 clearing samples type shit." So it's like, let's just focus on, shit without samples. So then it got to a point probably halfway through where I stopped sending them samples anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
it was just like they don't want that. They not gonna fuck with it. They probably not even gonna listen to it because they're not. They hear a sample come on first, they gonna skip that bitch because they like, we don't even want to risk liking that motherfucker. Cause
Yeah.
we got around that though because there were a couple joints. If you go back and listen, there are a couple of joints that got replayed, and that was because they just couldn't. They just heard it and was like, "Fuck it, we gonna do whatever we got to do to get this."
Yeah, nah,
Uh,
we'll finesse it for sure.
King of the Living Room was one of them. Um, I forgot that there were like I think there were 3, it might have been 4, and they replayed them. And I don't care what nobody say, G, there is nothing like the sample because that's why it is the sample. That's why you're so
1000%.
you feel me? So it's like I
Word.
don't care who does it, who says it, who plays it. It ain't it's not gonna beat the sample. And then plus when you do a replay, you can't play the chords exactly the same. So now I'm losing the real sample and I'm losing the real melody. So it's like I
Mm.
don't even see who would think that that sounds better. You know what I'm saying? No shade to Fool's Gold. It's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah, yeah.
saying in general, like ain't nothing like the sample. I'm saying this to artists in the future. Like if you got a sample song, either drop that bitch like it is and say fuck the world, or clear that sample because it ain't gonna be a replay. Ain't gonna do it justice, G. It ain't gonna do it. I don't care who you are. It ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. See, I'm happy
Mhm.
you said that because I want to say like 90% of the time I'm riding with you on that. Cause like I'll go to a show and see somebody play with a live band
Yeah,
and just like the drums don't hit the same,
they
the
don't.
chords don't hit the same. They be doing the crazy shit with like oh man, my homie Zay was just talking about like when you see somebody at like the Super Bowl or like the Grammys and they play a song, but they do it with like the orchestra and they have like the big fucking like the like it just sounds so overblown and so just
Yeah.
like I don't want to hear this shit. Like,
Nah.
like just because like it's on the top of my head, like a DJ Premier song is not gonna sound good played by a 54-piece orchestra. It's just not
No.
gonna hit the same. I don't want to hear that shit. Like respectfully, I don't want to hear that shit.
Respectfully. Respectfully, for sure.
But
It's
yeah,
just not it's not the same. It ain't the same.
yeah. Yeah, nah, and like it's some people who are real good at like like doing interpolations and making them sound good in their context, and like shout out to them. But more often than not, if I'm making something, it's gonna be like it's either gonna be a sample that I pull from like the world or a record, and I'll just like I'll just freak it to the point where you can't even tell,
Yeah.
or just say
Yeah.
fuck the world, like you
Fuck
said.
the
Like
world,
it's
bro.
plenty of things I've made where it's just like cool, like it's just going as is, and I haven't like released anything officially, so it's not like I have to worry about it, but it's like I get it. Like sometimes it's just too good, and you're just not gonna get it from like the G Coop flip. Like shout out to
Nah.
him because he's great, but like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it ain't the same. It's no shade to anybody or nothing. It's
Word.
just like it's just apples and oranges, bro. It's like that's just it. It's just that's it. That's it. You
Right.
know what I mean? And send
Yeah.
me some shit, man, when you get going. You know what I'm saying? Send
Yeah.
me some of that pimping. You feel
I
me?
got you, bro. Yeah, no, I might even have I'm gonna have to go through the folder. I might even have a thing or two for you that I can send right after we're done here. We'll see. We'll see.
For sure, for
Um,
sure.
appreciate it. But I mean, like, so might delete later happens, and then you go back to dumping on your own again for a while, and now the new joint is too late to start following the rules. Now this is your second. I think this is the second one you're
Yeah.
dropping with Fool's Gold. So
Mhm.
you're back. So you're back with them. Like just and like just like looking at the production credits and taking in the general sound, like like you got like at least four Hudmo beats on here, Hudson Mohawk beats. Of course you got the Mad Lib joint closer to the end. You got a Bruiser Wolf feature, you got a Shauna feature. Like like you can. The interesting thing between looking at all these different projects is like like seeing, like I see the Shauna feature and the Bruiser Wolf feature, and I'm like, I know you and Wolf obviously have a relationship. You've made hella songs, but like having him on this type of project feels like, oh wow, like you're like, this is not to say all the others aren't serious, but you can tell this is like the label album, just in the way it's
Yeah.
like structured and the way it appears. So like, what's it like being back working with them again, for the second time in what's it been like 4-ish years? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they they approached me again to do another album, like, it's kinda like right after that. It was probably it was probably like a year later after I think it was like, yeah, it was 22 because that's when we started working on it. And yeah, this album has been in the works for you could say 4 years because of the numbers, but it's really only been 3 years, but it's been from 22 to 26.
Gotcha.
Um, but it's really been 3 years. But, yeah, it was just the whole process of, presenting them with some songs. They pick a couple, and then presenting them with some songs. They pick a couple, present them, and then it got up to I don't know if it's 14 or 16 joints. I never know my album number. Um, yeah, it was just a process. It was a long ass process, I'll tell you that. But it was cool, man. It's always cool working with them because they just really be going with the flow. A Track is still a poppin' ass artist, so it's like they're not solely focused on the work, which turns out to be like a good thing in some cases because it's like it's not a lot, it's no pressure on you. To
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we need this done, we need this, we need this." It's really they just letting you kinda just free ball, you know what I mean? But me, I've always been the type, like, I wanna get each thing I wanna knock everything out, I wanna do each thing and move to the next, so, I've had the album done probably for 2 years now. 2 of those 3
Mhm.
years, the album's been done. It's just really been timing, um and then, like, they're smart enough to know, like, we know he working, and we know he got some good shit, so let's put a couple of more of his joint you know what I'm saying? Like, "Hey, you got any other joint?" "You know I got some old joints. Fuck,
Yeah,
you wanna
yeah,
hear 'em?"
yeah.
And then it's like, "Yeah." Send them some old joints. They like, "Yeah, we gonna take these 2 too." So, out of the album, there's probably, like, 3 or 4 new songs, but then the rest are like kinda older, not in a bad way older,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because 'cause they're obviously I wouldn't say timeless, but they're obviously the time didn't catch up with them yet, so it's like, yeah, it's just been because we've been working on it so long, you know what I mean? I don't
Right.
sit on songs for longer than like 2 months. If I
Mm,
don't put it out after 2 months, then it either isn't good enough for me or the time passed. So,
right.
you know, I like that aspect of how they work too. They like to sit on a song and kinda see if the time is gonna catch up to it. Because there were a couple well, there was like one song where I was talking about some current shit that was happening at that time, and then now we're in 2024 or 2025, and it's like, yeah, that's that. Like I can tell exactly what day you did this song, so it's like, yeah,
Mm,
let's not use this song. You know what I'm saying? And then that song happened to come out around that time, so it didn't matter. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, they have some interesting ways that they do things, totally different than mine, and I like it. I like how it just shows me how different people do different things to get to the same conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
it's cool, man. It's cool. It's real cool. Those dudes, shout out Nick Cash Dubs too.
Yeah.
Um, them dudes, like, they're really, they take the art real serious, sometimes a little too serious, but you know what I'm saying? No shade though.
Yeah.
They're just, you know, they're just real passionate. That's the word. They're just real super passionate about it and they want it to be the best thing. So it's like while you might get frustrated, like, damn man, what the fuck? They thinking strategically on it and they thinking past where you thinking. And then when it's time, you like, okay, I see what they did right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that happened a lot first and second album. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now I gotta know, on average, how many songs were you sending them? Like how many songs did you send them for this new one to get it whittled down to, like, I checked, it's 16 songs. Like, how many did you
A
send them
lot,
total?
probably 150. Probably nah, nah,
Jesus.
that's a
Wow.
little low. That's a little
A
low
little
because
low?
yeah, because I
Okay.
was only thinking like maybe 2 years span. Probably about 2 something. That's what I'm gonna say, 2 something.
Wow.
You know what I
200
mean?
songs. Crazy.
And they've told me that they've inadvertently and directly told me that like I'm like the only artist that's ever happened with because just to put it blank, people ain't making music like that. People ain't
Mm,
making that many songs. Like to have 200 something songs that are basically throwaway and then still be putting out albums like just like crazy. It's like we could kind of just agree. Like I ain't trying to, you know, pump myself up or nothing, but it's like we could just kind of agree ain't nobody else doing that shit.
yeah, that's
You know what I
that's
mean?
that's that's a that's a different level of creation, bro. Like I
Yeah, bro.
wasn't I was expecting maybe 100, but like
Yeah.
200 over 2 years.
Yeah. No, no, like
Oh man.
over the course of like the 4 years, it's been about, you know, probably like 230,
Okay. Okay.
something
Okay.
like that.
Still, that's still a lot of songs. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a fuck ton of songs for sure, for sure. And
yeah.
then, you know, with that, I'm taking probably out of that 200, I only put out like 50 of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause that's how
Right.
picky, you know, that's how picky I am with shit. Like it's gotta be the best shit coming out or you know, I just ain't fucking with it. It's like, you know, I'll change a
Right.
whole album up like right before I'm about to submit it. I'll switch out 6 songs. Shit, my
Mm.
manager would be like, damn, what the fuck? I ain't even know you was hold on, what you on? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah,
Damn.
I woke up this morning, wasn't fucking with him. So yeah, I'm changing it out. They like, what the fuck? Hold on, bro. You gotta let us know. You gotta tell us. You know what I'm saying? I
Damn.
gotta come you know, I gotta come with it totally just it's gotta be like spontaneous or else it ain't fun. It ain't you know what I mean?
Right.
If you know what I'm gonna do in a fight, then I can't beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's how I look at it. Like it's this is a fight, bro. You know what I mean? And I wanna come with some shit that's gonna knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, no, you got the
You know?
haymakers on deck. You gotta have the
Got 'em.
haymakers on deck.
Got
Like,
to.
and I mean, on that note, before we wrap, I wanted to touch on three. Like, I love all these songs, but I wanted to touch on three that really hit me for real. Like
For sure.
going through this album the few times I did, and the first one is "What I'm Gonna Do with All These Frequent Flyer Miles." The first Hub Mo beat on here.
Yeah.
The beat's fucking beautiful. You're sliding on it. Like, talk to me about how that song came together.
Man, I would have to. I don't know any of my songs, G, because I make
Word.
so many, so many, so many. So like, if you ask me like what I could tell you, like all I need to do is hear it or like a lyric from it or something like that, and I could tell you everything about it.
Mhm.
I gotta unlock that memory right quick. Um, if you let me play it right quick, I could just play it and I could tell you. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah. Let me play it right quick because I just I gotta unlock that memory. If I don't hear it,
Yeah.
then I don't know. It's like I don't know what song you talking about. Uh,
Man, I totally get it.
hold on. It's too late to start following the rules now, bitch. Um, what I'm gonna do with all these frequent flyer miles? Let me hear it right quick. What the fuck, bitch? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, yeah, no, with that joint, it came about, I was flying a lot of places and, that was the year, where I did that Fool's Gold, um, 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 they had like a little thing at this, they had a residency at this cafe, and I did the show. It was outside. It was hella motherfuckers there. It was so fucking deep there. Gee, you could not even.
Oh, the public records one. I wasn't there
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, yeah,
I remember that
yeah.
though. Yeah.
Public records, and it was like a cafe attached to it. I was flying hella places and shit like that, just doing hella shit. And the song came about because it was just like what the fuck I'm gonna do with all these frequent flyer miles because I wasn't booking my own flights and shit. So it was like the flyer miles are coming to me, but I'm not booking these flights because I'm not going anywhere on vacation or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just for real going to work. You know what I mean? I'm going to LA two, three, four times. I'm going to New York two, three, four times. I'm in the South. I'm on the East Coast. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? Um yeah, nah, it was that was a time. That was a real time where uh I didn't get a lot of free time to myself. And that song, I'm just remembering like I was a little frustrated because I wasn't getting free time to myself, and I was complaining like, "Yo, I need to slow down, man. I need to, just lay back." And how I got in touch with Hud Mo was he had hit up somebody. He hit up somebody that hit up somebody. Oh, it was Chong Wizard.
Shout out to Chong Wizard. That's the
Yeah.
homie.
He hit up Chong Wizard and was like, "Yo, what's with your boy?" type shit. You know what I mean? And I was blue because I was like, "Why you ain't hit me up?" You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's just how motherfuckers be. But
Yeah, bro.
I was blue at first, like, "Why you didn't hit me up?" But no, I met Hudson Mohawk. He cool as a motherfucker, bro. Matter of fact, I met him. It was either 2 or 3 times. And one of the times I was backstage with him, we was kicking it. It was it was an event. A-Track was DJing. He was there. There was a couple other DJs, couple other just New York heavy hitters and shit. And man, them dudes, all them dudes is I can't say all, but a lot of them dudes is just cool as fuck, G. Just behind closed doors, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Hud Mo back there smoking his cigarettes by the pack. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we was just
Yeah.
back there talking shit, bro. Them dudes is hella cool, man. I fuck with all them dudes.
That's hard. Yeah, no, I love the song. I love the way it sounds. Like the beat sounds completely different from anything on the album or anything I've ever
Yeah,
heard you rap over. It just like it sounds like outer fucking space. And it's great,
yeah.
you know?
That's what I liked about working with Hudson, G. He's got
Yeah.
some outer space shit.
Truly. Another one that really stuck to me was My Brother Knew the Real Angelo Roberts, which is kind of like there's a lot of biographical details on here. Like, when we hear you talk about like your father and moving between Chicago and the South, like like I don't know, like that one just really like the writing really struck me more than
Um,
anything on that joint.
that one I wrote on this long ass road trip. Um, and my homie if I'm not mistaken, my homie Black Wonder produced that. Um, It's just that was just one of them joints, man, that just brought the, brought the real out. You know what I mean? I like to joke and talk about funny shit, and I like to party on songs and shit. That was just one of the songs that it was like, nah, I gotta put some real heart into this shit. You know what I mean? And the title comes from, well, you got to be from Chicago to know who Angelo Roberts was, but he was a big influence in the gang culture. He was a big gang chief, and my brother was his best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People still to this day be like, you know what I mean?
All
They be
right.
like, "Yeah, right."
Like,
And man, I've had to call my brother on occasions and be like, "Bro, tell this goofy motherfucker," and he would curse them out. Like, "How dare you
right.
don't believe him? What the fuck he got to lie for? Like he's making this up." You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, nah, that one, it's really I performed that song before, and people have come up to me when it's over and been like, "Yo, man, you's really talking some real shit on there, man." People, people have been, I don't know if I could say the M word on here, but people that have been abused,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, have come up to me and been like, "Yo, I've suffered abuse before, and thank you for, giving me a safe space, you know what I'm saying, to feel like I wasn't the only one." You know what I mean? That's what I do
Yeah.
this shit for anyway, you know what I mean? To,
Right.
change how people listen to that shit.
For sure. And yeah, that line in particular, I know exactly the one you're talking about. That one, I heard it the first time and I was like my shit
Yeah.
went like
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
j- just for you to be that upfront about it, I was like, "Whoa, like that's yeah, that's crazy. Like very
Yeah,
very very complicated thing to deal with, I
yeah.
can only imagine, but
Yeah, man, you
you know.
gotta be vulnerable too, man. You can't
Right.
give everybody the good shit and not give them none of the sad shit or none of the real shit or none of the. I don't like artists like that. That like everything about them is just like party, 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 or this, but you're not telling none of the real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I
Right.
can't I can't get into you because you're not serious.
No, absolutely. And I mean, like the last one that comes to mind, I'm like it kind of incorporates all that you're talking about. The Mad Lib one, Hurt Feelings Over Wasted Time. Like, you know,
Man, you know what's crazy is people been asking like a motherfucker, like, "Yo, you and Madlib got more shit. You and Madlib got more shit." And it's like, man, hell yeah,
yeah.
dude sent me, um, he didn't just send me like some beats, right? He sent me, I'm sure, the exact same folder he sent Freddie Gibbs,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the song, well, I think it was all of the songs that were on Bandana were on that were in that folder. Like I'm listening to all these songs and all these beats, and I don't know if I'm even supposed to be saying this, but he, no disrespect to none, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he basically sent me the same shit that he sent him, and then he sent Black Thought the same thing that he sent me, because there were songs that I had already done. They were already completed and everything, mixed and everything. That they had to hit me up and be like, "Hey, don't use this song and this song because Black Thought is gonna use it for his album." And I was like, "Damn!" And my manager was like, "Yo, don't take that negatively, you know what I'm saying? Take that as a compliment, because it's like a real OG is gonna use a beat that you were gonna use. It's like it just shows that you are awesome at picking beats, and
Yep.
that, you know what I mean, that he wanted to use. It's not like he knew I did a song on it and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take it from him." You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Yeah. Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Thought too, because I met him in 2019, and he didn't know nothing about me, and he heard my shit, and he was like, "Yo, he's cold," you know what I'm saying? So hopefully me and Black Thought will get on some shit soon, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it will happen, because I'm
Yeah.
willing it into the universe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that joint came. I did. He sent me that folder, and I did probably. I ain't gonna cap. I was gonna cap, but I ain't gonna cap. I probably did about 30 of them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Wow.
Um, yeah, I know, right? And I had a couple of them snatched away from me, OG status, so I can't be mad. Um, and yeah, I still have out of the ones that have been snatched and out of the ones that I had to used for other shit because I had to do songs for him too. That was part of the agreement, that I
Mhm.
do a couple songs for him, for his whatever he's gonna use it for. He didn't know what he was gonna
Sure.
use, maybe a tape or maybe a I don't know. But he said
Yeah.
he wanted some shit also. So that made me feel good to even that Madlib even knew who the fuck I was. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. Yeah, it's
You know what I
honor.
mean?
Like
No, I was man, that day when he tweeted, I think I'm gonna do an album with Chris Crack, my phone melted that day.
I
Like,
mean,
my shit actually melted. My phone melted, and I had to get a new phone. Dead ass
wow.
serious, because people were calling, blowing my texts up. My emails were going off because they couldn't get through. I mean, not email, my voicemails was going off because they couldn't get through because there was so many people calling. And then my social media was going so fucking bananas. Yeah, my
Of
phone
course
melted.
it was. Yeah.
Straight up.
That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
nah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, no. That was probably my craziest day on social media for sure. That my
Yeah.
phone melted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Madlib cosign, like what more like just like cards on the table, one of my favorite producers of all time. So like how could I don't know, man. Like he yeah, and like he doesn't just be cosigning anybody either.
Nah.
He's not just with the bullshit. So like when he's
Nah.
like, I fuck with Chris Crack, like that's off
Yeah,
to the races
cause
type
I
shit.
I haven't I haven't seen him co-sign, I don't even think 3 people since then, you know what I mean? I've seen
Yeah,
him
like
co-sign a couple, but I don't even think it's been 3 people since then, so it's like he don't just
yeah.
be with anybody, like
Right. Yeah. No. Like like he plucks you out. It's like you're dope. Like you
yeah,
can, like you can rest assured you're dope.
yeah,
And yeah, it just made me happy to see one of these show up officially because I know I heard I forget where you might have like leaked it or played it somewhere or something. You might have done it at the last show I saw you at, but you rapped over the beat that Black Star raps on at the end of their album they put out with Madlib. And I
yeah,
was like, I like this version better than the one they put out. Like,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
just
Yeah,
just
that's
yeah.
been the case with most of the songs that have gotten taken from me.
Yeah.
People are like, "Your version was better." No
Yeah.
shade to nobody,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
um, but yeah, no, I'm just waiting for him to hit me up. He does things like where he lays low for 3 years and don't say a word, and he'll just pop out
Right.
like, "Hey, want to do an album?" It's like, yeah, hell yeah, god damn it. So, and,
Mhm.
and I've always said too, if he does decide to want to do an album out of nowhere, I would much rather do new songs because like
Yeah.
those songs are from 2019. So it's like I'd rather do all new shit. But fucking with him, he fucked around and he's so locked into this one joint that I did 6 years ago, and he'd be like, "Yo, I want to do this joint," and it's like, "Yo, I'd rather do some new shit." But if
Right.
I ain't gonna argue with Madlib. You feel me? If he want to use some shit from 2015, hey, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Fuck it. Yeah, nah, like drop that 11-year-old work on him. Make it happen.
Yeah, hey,
Um
whatever he wanna do, he gonna do it. I ain't gonna argue with him.
right. But I mean, just like congrats on the album, man. It's super dope. Happy to see you back with Fool's Gold. Once again, just like real, I don't know. Like I've always. Let me save the sappy shit for after the last question. Chris Crack, if your life was a movie, what would it be about?
Man, it would just be, man, it would be. I mean, like I don't want to sound like one of them motherfuckers, but like like every day my life is some movie shit going on
I
all the
was
time.
hoping you say that.
It's I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not even trying to be like that, but like people been telling me that since I was a shorty, bro. People been always
Yeah.
like, man, your life is so crazy. So just imagine it drug fueled, alcohol fueled, hella bitches, you know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of pimping going on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of crazy ass shit just happening in the daytime. Like, like when you wake up and you're just like, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a good day today. And then you go to sleep that night and you're like, yo, I didn't expect none of that shit to happen today.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's 364 days out the year, G. You know what I mean? So it's like to be real, how I combat that is I stay in the crib, G. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Cause it's always gonna be some wild shit, whether it's good or bad, that's gonna happen. And I'm grateful for that, bro, because there's a lot of people that just have boring lives and they don't do shit and they don't ever be on shit and they not about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No shade to them people because you need those type of people in order to have people who have lit lives. You know what I'm saying? You have to have people who have lit lives for the people to do absolutely nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm appreciative of everybody and everything. Like even the mean bitches, even the old grumpy niggas, even the little kids that's bad as hell in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for everything, bro, because that's how I'm able to live how I'm living.
Word. Yeah, yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm
just being
saying?
out here and being able to experience whatever is, that's really everything at the end of the day. And like
Yeah,
you're one of only a handful of people. I mean, I would accept it if anybody else said it, but like you're somebody who like my life is a movie. Like, yes, yes,
yeah,
Chris Crack, your life is a movie.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
cool.
because you don't hear people whose lives are movies. You don't hear them say, "Oh, my life's a movie." It's only the people who are boring as shit. That's like some fun,
Right.
some weird shit'll happen today, and they're like, "Oh, my life's a movie." It's like it ain't. It's really not. But I'll let you think that.
Word.
I ain't gonna shoot your dreams down.
Hey man, different strokes and all that. But
Right?
like, but bro, like once again, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm so happy. Like I can't believe we've known each other this long, and this is the first time we've like done it. I'm like blown that we haven't talked
Yeah.
on the phone like this before. Like, and
Yeah.
that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
But but yeah, just like thank you so much for taking the time and being you and making the music you make. Like I said, it's been a pleasure watching you grow and just like you're fucking dope. Like keep at it. Like you don't need me to tell you that, but like thank 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 you for taking the time to kick it with me. I really appreciate it.
No, for sure, bro. Man, man, like I told you, G, I'm fucking with my niggas. You feel me? It's been hella niggas hitting me up like, hey, can we do an interview? I ain't really fucking with none of them. I got one tomorrow and I got one Thursday, and these both are motherfuckers I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I done turned down a handful of them bitches. No disrespect to them, but it's just like you can't give everybody everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. That's
So
facts.
it's like. I'm gonna fuck with my people always, and you always been a supporter. You always looked out. Soon as you was like, "Hey, you mind?" Jump, hey, what? You ain't gotta even ask. Just tell me what time to
Yeah.
be there, and I'm there.
Cool.
You
Thank you.
feel
So,
me?
yeah, nah, man. The trust means a lot. Trust is important to me. So,
Hell yeah,
to be
hell yeah,
trusted is everything. So, thank you.
hell
Seriously.
yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.